Alfredo Ortiz, President and CEO of Job Creators Network, is joining us. Alfredo, thank you very much for taking the time. He received his MBA from University of Michigan. Go Blue, go Blue. We didn't do so well in the NCAA basketball tournament, Alfredo. I blame that on you. I blame that on you.
Oh, no, don't blame it on me.
Alfredo, McDonald's just said it's going to contribute $150 million over the next 5 years, a program that's been accelerated as a result of the new tax cut law.
That's amazing. I mean, and we're hearing this over and over. Companies left and right, and small businesses as well are doing a lot now with these tax cuts, and frankly, I think it's just the beginning.
Nancy Pelosi says that the tax cut bill is unfair, that the benefits overwhelmingly go to the top 1%. I think they say 83% of the benefits went to the top 1%.
Well, for her, her favorite dessert, I guess, is a crumb cake or something, because, she says that all these tax cuts are just a bunch of crumbs, and that's ridiculous. And we've been traveling the country, Larry, talking to small business owners, and we're seeing firsthand, especially on the small business side, what these small business owners are actually doing with their tax cuts. They're reinvesting back in their businesses. They're hiring more people. They're paying them more wages. They're paying them, bonuses, better benefits. And in the end, they're really helping grow the economy again.
Alfredo Ortiz is my guest, President and CEO of Job Creators Network. Alfredo, what happens if the Democrats take control of the House in the fall?
Well, they've already pledged, that if Pelosi becomes Speaker Pelosi, they've already pledged that they're going to repeal and replace, as they call it, these tax cuts. And so all the benefits that we're already seeing, that small business owners are seeing, and by the way, Larry, that's 30 million small businesses out there in this country that are benefiting from this tax cut, and about 65 million hardworking Americans that work for small businesses. That's almost 100 million people. I don't even understand how Pelosi can sit there and the Democrats can sit there and say that they're going to repeal something that, frankly, for 31 years, small businesses have been waiting to happen. These tax cuts, that's how long it took, 31 years for small businesses to see these kinds of tax cuts. And by the way, it's not just a tax cut. I mean, it's the dropping of red tape. I mean, red tape was ridiculous. Regulations were getting out of control, and the Trump administration's dropped that. And then also fixes to, the issue of community banks going away. They're fixing that as part of the Dodd-Frank mess that was created as well. So this administration has done, frankly, more for small businesses than any administration in the past 31 years.
Alfredo Ortiz is my guest, President and CEO, Job Creators Network. Alfredo, I want you to react to Hillary Clinton explaining yet another reason why she probably lost, why she didn't do as well. She said she was hurt because she's a capitalist. Listen to this.
You may be the only presidential candidate since World War II that actually had to stand up and say, I am a capitalist. And you did. Did it hurt you?
Probably. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to know, but I mean, if you're in the Iowa caucuses and 41% of Democrats are socialists or self-described socialists, and I'm asked, "Are you a capitalist?" and I say yes, but with appropriate regulation and appropriate accountability, that probably gets lost in the, oh my gosh, she's a capitalist.
Alfredo Ortiz, where are we in this country when even as a Democrat, if you're a capitalist, you're in trouble?
Well, I mean, when you look at the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and who voted for it and who didn't, it's really easy. We actually did a two-page ad in USA Today where we stated that fact very clearly, because on the left was all the Republicans that voted for it, and we had almost the majority of all the Republicans voted for it. But on the right, it was the Democrats. And Larry, it's very sad to say that not even one single Democrat on the from the House or from the Senate actually voted for that bill. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know how they can say that, sit in front of their constituents and be okay with that. Because again, you have 100 million people who are dependent on the success of small business, and that was part of what they turned down, and that's what they voted against.
Alfredo, the complaint, or one of the complaints about the tax bill, is that it's going to increase the debt. And since President Trump's been in office, about $1 trillion have been added to the debt. Are you worried about that?
No, I'm not really, because when you look at what is expected to basically, cover the cost of the actual bill itself, it's only about a half a point of a growth rate on GDP that needs to basically, the economy to increase for it to actually cover that cost. And frankly, if we look at just what happened over this past quarter, the highest revenues collected in history is what we've just seen from a tax standpoint. The real issue is, as we all know, Larry, and you've said this on your show as well, is that we've got a spending problem in this country. It's that easy. It's out of control spending, and it's related to the tax entitlements.
Well, Alfredo Ortiz, thank you so much for having joined me, as always. President, CEO, Job Creators Network, Job Creators Network. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
When we come back, Kanye